Hello and welcome to Road to Larapinta. It's me, Claire, reporting from Canberra. I had a very late night last night because I had a concert in Toowoomba and I got home very late. So I'm feeling quite tired today, just about to get my bag. I'm at the airport. Feeling a bit tired, hoping that I can revive myself and get myself ready to run this race. Well, I just did a bit of a shakeout. You know, it's nothing worse than doing a shakeout and it's not feeling good and you're thinking, ah! So, yeah, I think key here, no spiraling. I haven't eaten enough today, so I'm gonna go and change that and then hope that I can turn this around, because race day T-minus today, tomorrow, and then we're on. Okay, it's Claire reporting live. I have had breakfast, yay me. So now I feel like I want to let that digest. I've already done one toilet, but I'm really feeling like I'm going to need to do another, and I'm hoping that I can find one along the start, along the way to the start line. I'm not making any sense. I'm feeling very nervous, but I'm also now feeling a little bit more excited and relaxed.
Relax.
I did not have the best night's sleep, and I think that that was to be expected. I had a fantastic night's sleep on Friday night. I just knew last night was going to be bad because night before race, I'm just always like, oh, is it time? It wasn't time, at least 4 or 5 times. I don't know how much deep sleep I got last night, but it's okay. We're here, we're ready to go. Also, thank you to all those people who suggested gloves. Could not be happier with my choice. I'm wearing a jacket and I am ready to not be cold. Fabulous news. Sorry, this lighting is going to be terrible because, you know, it's Canberra. It's really dark and cold. I'm so cold. This is the most important pre-marathon spot, the toilet.
Now that's when it starts, and I think Charter's a real demonstration and testament to that, having now run all global 6 majors, and now running 8 marathons across Australia this year. Now that little bit of the discomfort, a little bit of the fatigue and the exhaustion that you're going to hit over that last 10K. You know, I'd like to divide the marathon into 3 sections. You know, that first section, just get to halfway. You know, sort of get the marathon really starts.
I feel a bit emotional. I don't know why I'm feeling scared. But I'm also, I think a goal today is to finish feeling okay. Finish feeling strong, and I just need to lock in and focus. So I'm not sure how many videos I'm going to take along the way, probably none. But
running out there by yourself, but you're also running with a whole.
It's about the journey to get here, and
runners. So
happy with what I've done.
Us runners, we support each other. You know,
Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of my race debrief now. Just fresh off the course. 3:30:13. Oh wow, that's really bad. I'm happy. I'm stoked. Am I walking the best that I've walked? No. But I think, look, I'm just so thirsty right now. So, a proper debrief after. delivering my race debrief in my Canberra Marathon finishes t-shirt. Yes. Okay, so this might be a little bit long, but I do think I love hearing people's race debriefs personally, so I'm going to deliver mine. So I think that there are lots of ways that people break down the marathon race and distance and the strategies that they employ going into it. So one thing that you can do is you can try and stick with a pacer, and I'll talk about the advantages and disadvantages of that in a little bit from my experience. You can really try and trust your watch. And a lot of people say to kind of go in either 5K or 10K increments. So for me mentally, I often can think in the 10K increments up until about 30Ks, and then I really need to go into the 5s or the 2s. So the first 5 to 10Ks, I was feeling quite good, but I was definitely checking on my watch and slowing myself down. And the 3:30 pacer was quite far behind me. At about 18Ks, I kind of met up with the 3:30 pacer. And I think that was the point that it started to feel a bit hard at 18. Now, that's not a good feeling because you think, oh my goodness, there's a long way to go. This guy, no shade to him.
Definitely throwing shade.
But the course, and a lot of people do talk about this with other marathons, specifically Boston that people are running this weekend, about running to the course. I was so unaware of how many hills we're going to hit. And I think that this pacer,
you see us through these mountains.
He was sometimes going 4:40s, and then sometimes he was going 5-minute 10s, and it just felt a little bit unstable. So I made a decision at the 23K mark to just go out by myself, because he was just not being as steady, and it was actually resulting in me running some 4:40s, which I was worried about because I thought I might blow up. So for the first 10Ks, I felt really steady. It was about at the 18K mark that I started to feel a bit like I needed a little bit more fuel. And so I had another gel earlier than I was expecting to. From about 18 to 25Ks, that was mentally the hardest bit for me, because I felt like I was struggling, and I could feel actually that my ITB band was kind of seizing up the way it sometimes does. And when that started to happen, I immediately stressed, but then I actually felt like I got into a good strategy and just started to ultimately kind of change my running gait a little bit, try and really focus on activating my glutes, and it really helped, and I just managed to turn it around. From about the 25K mark, that was when we were on this freeway bit that we were going down, and the 30K turnaround you were coming back. I think that was probably the hardest bit because there were so many hills. And as you're coming back, that's when you're also seeing all the half marathoners. So they're going so incredibly fast, and you're thinking, oh my goodness. I was ahead of the 3:30 pacer by this point, and he then stopped on the side of the road.
Why did you stop?
And I assumed that was because he'd gone out too fast. But then that really psychologically worried me for a little bit. And then from about 35Ks to the end, that was actually a good bit for me, because I just knew that there was only 7Ks to go. But when we're talking about strategies and talking to ourselves, that was actually what I had to say to myself. I kept saying, okay, once you get to 30, just think there's a park run, and then 7Ks to go. So I just kind of knew that once I got to 35, I could just ultimately lock it in and be fine. But from that point, I did not look at my watch. So from 35Ks, I just didn't look down, because I knew that if I did and I saw that I was either slowing down a lot or that the pace wasn't where I wanted it to be, that I might give up. And I think that it was actually, that was a key to the success of the race, was actually making that decision not to look down. However, in hindsight, I kind of wish I had, because if I'd seen that I was closer to 3:30 than I actually knew I was, I would have actually just maybe pushed a bit more. But I mean, you learn these things, and you know, second marathon, so second road marathon, so I can't really complain, but I just have to live with that fact. And my final time was 3 hours, 30 minutes and 13 seconds. So I guess I'll just have to run another marathon to do my BQ, because I was 13 seconds off. Anyways, just a little special shout out at the end here to everybody at Watts. Love you all. And a special shout out to my co-pilot, Adrian, because he just kept saying, you can.
I never doubted you, partner.
Do it, you can do it, you can do it. And he made me think that I could. So thanks, Adrian.
So I hope you enjoyed Claire's report and debrief from the Canberra Marathon. Very impressive run, well done, Claire.
Some people are racehorses. She's a racehorse.
If you like that kind of content and you want to see more race reports, why not click subscribe? Because in just over a week's time, I will be in London running the London Marathon. So I'll give, well, a different style of report. I'm hoping to have the camera actually with me, see if I can actually record some stuff mid-race, but we'll see how that goes. And we'll see whether I can run anywhere near as good a race as Claire did. She's really thrown down a bit of a gauntlet.
Let this be said, the gauntlet has been thrown down.
In the meantime, I'm leaving tomorrow, so I've got all the challenge of packing, trying to work out what to throw in the suitcase. But we'll be back, and after I've recorded London, then our focus will be very much on the trails as we really get properly onto that build-up for the Larapinta Stage Race. But click subscribe, follow me in London, and we'll see you in the next one.